Right, I think we're ready to go. So I'm back with another interview with, I think it'll be on this side if the screen is flipped, with George or SD Peasyy. I think that's how you say it. I don't think anyone on TikTok knows how to say it. So first of all, how do you say it? How do you say it?
You're not far off. SD Peasyy. It's just as
SD
that.
Peasyy. What's the thing behind that? What was the reason behind that? Is there any?
The Peasyy part comes from our surname. And then the SD. I mean, it's just tragic, isn't it? It was just the clan we were in. No, is that even the clan? Is that even the right word?
Clans are in COD.
No. I'm talking COD. But with the boys back in the day. But it's from a long time ago. But like, it sort of stuck with the YouTube. So I was like, I've got to sort of commit to it across all platforms, really.
I always think when people have a name that isn't exactly their name, it always sounds nice. Like, I don't think MCK Sports sounds very good. It's not original. I think with SD Peasyy or like even Cal Freezy or something like that, I think names like that always.
I do like Cal Freezy. Yeah,
I think they always sound way better. Or Calix, they always sound nicer than like, I don't know, like something, just your average name. But yeah, George, I think he's got 2.38k. I was like on YouTube. He's got over 18k on TikTok. He's been banging out YouTube for a long time. He's been hitting the football scene as well. His YouTube is not overly football. It's a bit of most. You do some reactions. You do some OnlyFans videos.
Yeah. I've done some interesting content across the YouTube. I won't lie to you.
No, but it's good. It's good. But I know, and maybe some of you know, coming over from TikTok will know that George over here does a lot of football content on TikTok, and that's where I saw him from. And he's a Chelsea fan, so we're going to talk to him a little bit about Chelsea. So starting off, who's your favorite player of all time, and who's your favorite Chelsea player of all time? They can be the same if you want to, but favorite overall player that maybe is outside of Chelsea, and then favorite just Chelsea player. Like,
I do think they'd be different. I've always said, favorite player of all time. I've always said there was one man who made me fall in love with football when I was a kid watching football, and I was like, that's what I want to do, and that was Ronaldinho. I've never seen a player, as much as Messi and Ronaldo obviously are a lot better than Ronaldinho ever was. Obviously their consistency and whatever. I've never seen a player where I've like enjoyed watching more than them. He was just so good. Like every time I've never watched him have a bad game. He never had a bad game. He's always so like his just skill was a joke. Like you had like the likes of like Real Madrid's best ever defenders. Just take the mick out of him. Like just sit him down at every game. It was just brilliant. I suppose then, to be fair, that literally like the same sort of thing for my probably favorite Chelsea player. It's be like the idea that obviously I did. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, you've got like your Lampards, your Drogba, your Terry, your Ashley Cole, your Czech. But in terms of players, like if you base it on a player that you just enjoyed watching, that made everything fun, it has to be Eden Hazard. It really does.
Hazard, yeah, I think
it has to be.
Yeah, growing up in the same era, because I think you must be 2021, that kind of age.
22, yeah.
22, yeah. That kind of era, just Hazard was a joke then. So
it's too good to miss. Too good.
Yeah, exactly. So you're obviously a Chelsea fan. I think you've been a Chelsea fan your entire life. So what's your favorite moment supporting the club? There's probably a couple here, but what's the number one moment that it just gives you goosebumps every time we talk about it, or it's just?
Oh, okay. I could run you two.
Yeah.
So the first one would be like more recent. So I'll do one that's like not at a game and one that is at a game. So like in terms of not at a game, getting to like watch the Champions League, obviously the Champions League final with my dad, and just like the emotion that was, just like just going mad, just obviously beating City, and that was just mad. That would be difficult to talk. I mean, obviously I've seen us win it before, but I was quite young, so I sort of didn't really take it in properly.
Yeah.
Whereas this was just mad to witness. And then being at a game, I was at Chelsea West Brom in 2016. No, 2016. Might have been 2000. Hang on, give me 2 seconds.
He's doing the research. I'm trying to think. When West Brom were very up and down in the league, so I'm trying to think. What were they in the league in 2016? It probably would have been 15, 16.
I think it is 16, 17.
Yeah, so 15, 16 is when they had Chris Brunt was firing, Gareth McCauley.
Yeah, 16, 17. I was there at 16, 17 for like the last few games of the season where Michy Batshuayi scored that like late winner to win us the league. Obviously,
yes,
mate.
And he ran, I remember
word. In the away end, oh my word, what an experience that was! That was just wild. I've never experienced anything like that. Just
Was that
people
Stamford
just
Bridge, or was that at the
at
Hawthorns?
West Brom. Yeah,
Oh,
at
was it
West
the
Brom.
Hawthorns? One of
Yeah,
the Tom
so
Guard
like,
at that game.
oh, imagine if he was. Imagine if he was. Oh, mate, that
Oh,
was such an experience. Like, I've
yeah.
never seen people like, you know how people say like limbs at a football game?
Yeah, yeah,
People were
yeah.
throwing themselves about. It
Mhm.
was mad.
Oh, those are incredible. Yeah, I'll agree. Limbs at a football game, just even now, just gives you
You can't top
goosebumps.
it. You can't top it.
Yeah. This makes my next question very easy. I was going to ask you your best home game and your best away game, but I take it your best away game is that one.
Yeah,
So
that'd be best away. That would
have
be
you have
best
you been
away
to
game.
many? Have you been to Stamford Bridge a couple of times?
Yeah, no, my dad. Well, me and my dad have like 2 season tickets between us.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So he's basically got like 2 season tickets. And if there is a chance where like I'm not working, I will go with him.
Mhm.
If I am working, he sort of like his mates will use it, or like he'll give it out to friends to use for him and like them and their kids or
You got
whatever.
me in priority though.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. If I'm about, I'm going basically.
Yeah.
So
favorite home game?
Oh, favorite home game. Oh, I tell you what, I've seen some good ones. I am gonna go. Oh God, what year was this? This will require some research. It was against PSG in the Champions League. I know who scored.
Ooh.
I know exactly who scored. I know who scored. It was Andre Schürrle and Demba Ba, but I cannot remember what game, what year.
Demba Ba, Chelsea.
Mate, honestly, limbs.
Would have been 20.
I'm thinking like 2014.
2013, 2014. Demba Ba, maybe.
Because we went through 3-3 on aggregate. And it was only because we scored. Yeah, here we go. 2014. We won 2-0 at the home game. Demba Ba scored in the 87th minute, which put us through 3-3 on aggregate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Champions League nights were always amazing. Like
Mate, it was
Oh,
mad.
yeah.
Oh, that was mad. That was mad.
Yeah. PSG are so bad at keeping hold of leads. They always throw them away in the Champions League.
Dreadful, mate. Dreadful.
Always. Because I remember that's got to be one of my favorite moments supporting United, is because obviously I wasn't really, I was a Brown for the glory days, but like the 08 Champions League final, I can't really remember. And obviously when we won the league in 2012 and 13, it was amazing. But I remember just like the fact that we had such a bad squad, and Ollie was just so new to the club, and we beat PSG. It just meant so much more. So yeah, PSG.
Yeah, that was mad to be fair.
Hold of the lead.
That was mad.
But yeah, going on the theme of best and worst, what would say Chelsea's best ever signing and your worst ever signing is? We'll start with best. Who's the best signing that Chelsea have ever made?
Oh God. What, in terms of like value for money, or
I was gonna say this is more maybe the signing that it maybe is value for money. Like for example, maybe Leicester's best ever signing would be Jamie Vardy for the money.
Yeah, because you like paid nothing for him, and then what he's done. Yeah. Ooh, I mean, maybe someone like, someone like, it's got to be someone like Drogba or Petr Cech, really. And like both were not overly expensive.
Yeah.
And then obviously had unbelievable careers at the club. So you probably have to go for players like that, because obviously, like I said, like neither were like horrendously expensive, but then obviously in terms of value for money, what they provided to the club was just mad.
Yeah.
Worst. Oh God, there's been some shockers. There's been some bad ones. See, I tell you what I don't think is bad, that obviously people always say is just the one of the worst, is obviously Torres. But then he did score like some of the most iconic goals.
There's a Barcelona goal
in the club's history. So I will never ever hate him for that. Like, no, I will never have that as a bad signing, because he scored some of the most important goals ever.
Remember the game, actually? I remember when Torres did that.
Yeah. Who was like really bad?
I think Mo Salah and De Bruyne get a.
Yeah, Mo Salah was awful, like dreadful at Chelsea. I remember watching games where he was just so bad.
Yeah.
In terms of a player, I would say I actually watched play a bit and thought, what on earth will we do? Probably like Felipe Luis when we signed him from Atletico Madrid. And then he went back to Atletico Madrid the next season.
And done amazing.
And he was sick, and he was just so awful at Chelsea. I couldn't understand how he'd managed it. But that has got to be up there, because he was just so dreadful for the one season. And then went straight back to Atletico and just excelled again. And it was like, what are you doing?
I remember when you signed him as well. I remember being like, oh, that's a marquee signing.
It was like a good signing. It wasn't bad.
You've always kind of struggled with left back since Ashley Cole went. Like Marcus Alonso was extremely hit and miss, I think.
Oh
Like, when
yeah,
he's
I'm
good,
not.
he's incredible. But then when he's off, like, he could just take like he could take like
Yeah,
3 months of the season off, and
I'm
then
not a big Alonso fan.
yeah. But I don't know.
Don't
He
get,
always
don't
just
get me wrong. Obviously, he offers a lot of forward and forward, but he's
yeah.
so dreadful going back. It's like,
Mhm.
what's the point?
Yeah.
I
So
don't mind
yeah.
Chill. I don't mind Chilwell. I think Chilwell's alright.
Oh
I
no,
think,
I
yeah, I don't
rate
mind
Chilwell.
Chilwell.
I think he gets a load of unnecessary hate.
Oh, massively. And
He's
then
a
obviously
Grealish
last
bracket for
three
that
games he's
unnecessary hate
scored
as well.
goals, hasn't he? So
Yeah. No, he's got an absolute belter against Brentford.
yeah, really good
What a
goal.
hit. Yeah.
Really good goal.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on the kind of the topic of signings, who is of every player ever, one player that you would sign to fit into the squad right now? So you couldn't just be like, oh, I'd sign Messi. It would have to fit into the system at the minute. So one player that would just make Chelsea tick.
Oh my word. Okay. I feel like people are gonna hate this, but you have to take for me, and people are gonna just hate this, and people do hate it every time I say it. But Jorginho has to come out of the team. Has to come out of the team. Don't like him, and I obviously would bring in the likes of like Xavi, Iniesta. They just tick like you just. Let's be honest. You stick them in any midfield, they're ticking it over for doesn't matter what. They're ticking the team over. The team ain't struggling in the middle.
So you're not the biggest Jorginho fan. What's your opinions on him getting a Ballon d'Or nomination?
Oh, that's shocking. That's absolutely disgraceful.
Like, as in, not even a nomination top 30, is in a nomination for top 5. Like he could win.
Disgraceful.
Yeah,
disgraceful.
I agree.
That is just ridiculous. Because like the way I see it, right? And don't get me wrong, Jorginho can play very well, and I fully accept that when Chelsea are in possession, he is actually a very good player because he keeps the ball, he ticks the team about. He does the same for Italy. Like when in possession, he is actually a very good footballer.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with him is out of possession. It's like playing with 10 men. He's so slow. He doesn't run back. He can't tackle. He's very lazy.
He's a bit weak as well.
I don't see the hype. And I think personally in the Chelsea and Italy team that he's obviously being like, oh my God, he was the best player. I don't think he was the best player in either team. I don't think he stood out in the Chelsea team. I think Kante overshone him all season. Mm-hmm. I don't think he stood out in the Italy team. I think their best player was like Chiesa or Chiellini and Bonucci stood out more. I don't see why people think he's shone so much. I just don't get it. And the fact that he's top like 5 for Ballon d'Or, I think is honestly disgraceful.
It's crazy.
I just don't get it. I don't get who's voting on that. That's ridiculous.
It is trophy based though. It is.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course it will
be. It always will be.
It's nothing to do with what he's actually done because he's actually done very little. It's just the fact that he's been in the trophy winning teams. Mm-hmm. I mean, realistically, why is like if you on that like logic, why is Emerson not being put up for Ballon d'Or? He's been in the same teams, won all the same trophies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You raise a good point. Exactly. So you would put in Xavi or Iniesta instead of Jorginho?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think with them and especially, I think at the minute, I think our defense is overrated, but it works well because of Tuchel's system. I don't think we actually have, with the exception of Thiago Silva, I don't think we actually have any outstanding defenders. I think they're all very average, but they look very good in a very well-drilled system. I think we've sorted with keeper. I like James and Chilwell. I like the attack. Yeah, you'd probably whack like someone in there just to tick the game over. And I think with someone like that, you would tick the game over every game.
Right? Yeah, definitely. They offer you so much going forward. Yeah, and I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit from overall player ever to current player. Who's one player that if you were Roman Abramovich, who would you go out and sign in January or at the summer? Who is the one player you will go and buy for the Chelsea squad at the minute, like currently?
I would have said Erling Haaland, but obviously we've took Lukaku. No, why not? Why not? Erling Haaland. Why not play to do it? Why not play him and Lukaku up top? Why not? Goals, you're going to score.
I feel like they would play so well together as well.
I feel like that would work really well. Like, I mean, you're guaranteed goals. Like, let's be honest. Like, you're not going to not score. Why not?
I think Lukaku provides so much for Haaland as well. I think Lukaku would end up finishing the season with maybe 10 goals, but 20 assists.
Yeah, like 20 assists. Yeah, I could easily see that happening. And I mean, Tuchel's been talking about it in the last few days in interviews, so I'm down for it. For it.
That's one player I wish we never got rid of is Lukaku. I rated him so much.
Oh, yeah, I've always said this.
Too overweight. But bro, he was so good.
He scored goals. It doesn't matter how pretty he is or how ugly his football is. He puts the ball in the back of the net. And since then, you've never had a striker that does.
Jose Mourinho nearly ruined his career. Honestly,
Oh, massively.
He nearly did.
Yeah,
His
massively.
entire career. But,
Massively.
I was
Which is
actually
annoying because I'm a massive Mourinho fan and I will always stick by that.
Yeah, I think Mourinho's, I rate Mourinho a lot. I think he's great. And obviously he's Chelsea fans,
I absolutely love him. Yeah, I absolutely love him.
But no, I think Lukaku, I'm if anything, I'm quite happy to see him when he went to Chelsea and he got the big move and he was scoring goals. And even in last year, I was like, yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah, I think he deserves this sort of like revive, let's say, that he's had. I think at Inter, obviously, he was excellent. And obviously, I know he hasn't scored in the last, 5 or 6 for Chelsea, but he is going to. He scored in the first 4. Like, he'll continue to score goals. It's nothing I'm stressed about.
There's no doubt you're going to get like a goal.
Yeah, I ain't stressed about that at all.
Yeah. Kind of staying with in terms of the league, we're going to ask for some predictions. So far, I know a couple of games have been played already, but what are your Premier League and your Champions League predictions? And with the Premier League, I'm going to ask who's going to win it, who's going to finish in the top 4, who's going to finish in the Europa League spot, so 5th and 6th, and then who are the 3 teams that are going to get relegated. So like you can base it off now, obviously, as well.
Okay. What I would like to see, because it'd be really funny, is I'd like to see Newcastle get relegated in the season they've got all this money. Yeah. I would, because I just think it would be hilarious.
Yeah,
if they've got like 320 billion and then they get relegated, that'd just be so funny. I think Norwich have just gone, and I said that from the start. They're just shit. They don't play good football. They're like too good for the Championship, but they're way not good enough for the Premier League. Like they're just, I don't like them at all. They play negative, boring football. Who else is down there? I think Brentford will definitely stay up. I think they're excellent.
I think they're finishing 12th, 13th.
Yeah, mid-table. I wouldn't even. I don't think that would be undeserved in any way.
No.
I do still think. I said it at the start of the season, but I do still think Southampton are going to struggle.
Yeah, and they really started badly as well. I know they're going to win against Leeds weekend, but I don't know.
I mean, with losing Ings and Vestergaard, and that's 2 of your core spine players. Like, let's say Ward-Prowse gets fed up and leaves. I think they're done. Yeah, I think they are done. I think I do think they'll struggle.
Ward-Prowse goes, if I'm honest.
Yeah, because I think Ward-Prowse could play a better team.
Yeah, he can play at Spurs if he wanted to.
Yeah, of course he could. Yeah. I think he's definitely a Premier League player and definitely has the ability to play in a better team. So I think them going down would actually be a good thing for him because then he'd be able to move on and do better.
Yeah. So what are you saying? No, Southampton, Newcastle, and Norwich to get relegated.
I think so. Let me have a look. Who else is down in a minute?
Watford down there, Palace, but they look good. Palace actually.
I think Watford and Palace are both all right. I think they're both going to be absolutely fine.
Yeah, you've got what's his name, Wang or whatever from Watford, and then you've also got Dennis and Slaw and stuff, and then the second UK.
To be fair, Leeds are down there, aren't they? Well, now they'll be all right.
Yeah, Leeds are.
Burnley are down there as well. I mean, Burnley. Nah, Deutsch, you'll get results out of them.
I don't know. It might come quite controversial because everyone hates Burnley, but I love Burnley. I think.
I love Sean Dyche. I think he just plays excellent. He knows what to do to keep them in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
And whether they club have got better aspirations to like do better, it'll always keep them in the Premier League, in my opinion. So you can't ask for much more.
You have to have a Route 1 4-4-2 manager just to keep the balance.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, and I think he does it perfectly. I think they'll be all right. So,
a legend as well.
Oh, he is. I'll back that. All right, yes. Southampton, Newcastle, and Norwich. I'll back that.
Okay. We'll go with Europa League spots. Who's going to finish 5th and 6th?
Right.
This is always really tight because Leicester have dropped off massively.
But I do still think they can. I do still think they can recover.
Mm-hmm.
I think West Ham will fade. They did at the end of last season. Not to like badly, but I think they'll fade. But I think being in Europe will hamper them, and they will then, because they're trying to focus on succeeding in Europe, maybe lose a few games in the Prem, and it will drop them a few places back.
Yeah. No,
I don't think Everton are good enough at all.
No.
Brighton obviously will fall away. They're not going to stay up there at the top, are they?
Yeah. They're never going to get Europe.
Arsenal are just not good enough. I know it's boring, but it's probably going to be Leicester and Spurs. I know that's really boring, but Leicester and Spurs is sort of the obvious shout, really, isn't it? I mean,
Leicester
Arsenal,
5th or Leicester 6th?
I think Leicester 5th. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think Spurs. I don't think Spurs are very good this year, but I think they've got a good enough squad to be better than the other average sort of teams that are going for that position.
Yeah. I've seen a load of people slapping in Arsenal, and I think people are only putting in Arsenal because it's an unpopular opinion, and people are like, right, we'll come
Yeah,
back to this come back to this in
yeah,
May when I said Arsenal are going to finish in the top 6 because no one's going to care if they don't.
yeah, no, not about that. Not
And
about that. They're just very average, and I think it's just I just think it's a situation that with Arteta there, you ain't going to do nothing.
yeah,
He's not good enough to do the job. He has a good squad, and he's useless.
and they're really not helped by their fans. They have the worst fans on
Awful
TikTok
fans.
and
Awful
in
fans.
football. Arsenal have the
Yeah,
worst fans. I'm
just
saying that straight
dreadful.
away. Arsenal
Have you
fans are
seen
worse
that?
than Liverpool.
Have you seen that? That video
Died.
of Ben's live from the
Oh,
reaction to Lacazette.
it's
Yeah.
oh my. Oh, like he's 21. He's 21 years old. He's 21.
He's
Like, what is he
21 years
doing?
old, and it's a
He's 21
90-minute
years old.
equaliser against
That's something of
Palace.
The Exorcist. Honestly, that is
Yeah.
absolutely brutal. That
It's
is.
an equaliser against Palace to go 12th.
If my child was doing that, I'd be out unchecked. No joke. Honestly,
Mate,
that is.
get to the clinic.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not all
criminal.
right.
That is. Oh my days.
Oh,
And when he started
me,
singing
that
the
did.
Lacazette song, I was like, "How the mighty have
Yeah,
fallen."
yeah.
How the
And then
mighty.
obviously you got like Dowd, and he's an idiot. He don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but he's scumming his way to fame. He is.
He is. He very much is. He's
got like
scumming. He's just scumming his way to views. He's doing what Paddy used to
80K
do,
followers.
effectively.
He's 80K.
Mm.
It's
I didn't know
horrible
who
to
he
think
was
about it.
until I came across one of his videos, and I was like, "What? This guy's got 80K followers for what? Like,
Yeah,
for what reason?"
exactly. No, it's horrible. I think William Peter Jones is another one. How the man has 76, maybe nearly 80K followers, absolutely brutal.
He was one of the first, like, high-profile people to follow me when I was on TikTok, right? And I messaged him because I did a video. I reacted to one of his videos, and I wasn't really negative, but I was sort of just giving my opinion on that. And he like followed me and messaged me like, "Oh, sound video, like sick, mate." And since then, he's unfollowed me because like, and I was like, is it that deep? And then the fact that his content's just shit. It's dreadful content. It's content, but designed to just get nibbles. And obviously it does work because everybody nibbles at it. And I'm probably I nibble at it as much as anyone else, but it is shit. Like, I can't just I see a video like that where he talks some of the rubbish he does. And I'm like, you can't ignore it, how bad it is.
Yeah. It's like, it's so bad. It just can't go on.
Yeah, you just can't ignore it because other people are going to watch that. And I just feel like you just shouldn't have to watch that because it's just such rubbish.
But how can 75,000 people go, yeah, I want to watch his content on a regular basis. Boom, follow. Like,
mate.
What are you doing? Or maybe it was a bit like, I feel Paddy Murphy got this. And by the way, I'm a massive fan of Paddy Murphy.
I love Paddy. I absolutely love him.
I think his content now is good. But at the start, that was like my first ever video I ever did was nibbling a Paddy. And I feel it was just people follow you to see you kind of give you abuse. It's more, and I think Paddy's grown over that so much more. And Paddy is one of my favorite TikTokers.
Yeah, literally. Paddy started out at like William content, and there's then obviously that's what gained him the majority of his following. But has then gone. Actually, no, I have got a brain. I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to football. I'll start spitting some facts, and people really rate it now. So. I mean, at the time, it was a bit like it was a bit controversial, obviously, like just switching your lanes from chatting shit to straight facts. But now he's sort of evolved into it, mate. I love Paddy. I think he's a great guy. He follows me on all of his accounts. I've spoken to him
follow me on the FIFA account. So I've done the Holy Trinity.
I've spoken to him multiple times. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah. I had him on here. He was really, really sound. And I am on for an interview. But no, I don't think William will be able to do that, though, because there's a couple of reasons for it. I think the fact that Paddy's Irish people always get behind when Irish people do well, they always get behind each other. It was like Conor McGregor 100%. Well. They always buy, it's like a big clan. They always buy.
It's like that. It's like that Jonathan Morley as well. He's a Liverpool fan as well.
Yeah. And Keane Costello.
Yeah, of course.
He has ultras. They get behind him. His followers are good. Like, shout out to his followers. They're always go to his comment section, like big up Keano and stuff like that. And he is.
You don't see much hate in his comments.
No. So
this is all support.
So I think Peter could never, or what's his name, William Peter. William could never do that because people just hate him. And
a lot of people just quite literally hate him. Yeah,
Because I think Paddy is somewhat of a nice following to be like, all right, well, we can go for it now. And he's done the FIFA and it's funny, and he's like settled the Cavan man as well. So he has videos.
Yeah.
He was big beforehand.
He smashed it. He has.
Yeah, but anyway, we took a bit of a tangent there.
Back to the little bit,
yeah. Back to the Premier League.
Right, back to the Premier League. All right, what do you want? Top 4?
Top 4, yeah. So first, second, third, and fourth.
Okay. The teams haven't changed, and I don't think the order's changed since the start of the season. 4th, it's gonna be United. Third's got to be Liverpool. Second will be City, and Chelsea will top the league. I don't think it. I said that at the start, and it hasn't changed in my opinion. I haven't seen anything that's made me think, oh God, Chelsea are going to bottle this. I haven't seen anything that's made me think City, tell you what. I mean, to be fair, that's harsh because obviously they have looked excellent. But I haven't seen anything where I've been like, God, they could really rip into like top teams here. Liverpool as well. I think they have been maybe a touch disappointing, slightly carried by Salah's goals and obviously his unbelievable performances.
Awful last night against Atletico. They looked awful.
Yeah, they were really bad. I think they have looked really bad in quite a lot of games, but they've been carried out of it by Salah. Obviously, that isn't a slander on Liverpool and that. Obviously, they play good football and that, but they have had games, quite a lot of games this year where they've been very, very bad and then bailed out by
a bit of
Salah
magic.
and that. But then I suppose that's the same situation with like Ollie and that, isn't it?
Moments FC. Like last night, I thought Van Dijk, Trent, Matip got turned quite a few times. That second,
they all had very bad games.
One touch,
very bad games.
Yeah, one touch, and it took Trent, and I think was it Matip for Van Dijk? Just took him out of the game.
Van Dijk, yeah.
It was Trent and Van Dijk just got taken out of the game with one
completely
touch.
out of it. Yeah,
Van Dijk's the best centre back in the world, and you know that shouldn't really be
happening. And that shouldn't.
Game.
Not in a high profile Champions League game as well.
Yeah,
I suppose it's like you say that the Moments FC thing. That's the same with like PSG, though, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
dreadful manager, unbelievable team, bailed out by top players.
Dreadful manager. You think you don't think Poch is the one?
No. They're not winning anything with him in charge. But they're obviously like. Don't get me wrong. They'll probably win the league because they win the league every year. But but they're not. I don't see them even going horrendously far into the Champions League.
I said the same. I don't think PSG. I think Bayern Munich will win the Champions League.
Yeah, I've got them. I honestly think they could easily go out like round of 16, depending on the draw and that. I don't think they're good enough. I think he's just. I just don't think like he's tactically clever enough. I think he just whacks out like Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi, and just goes, "Oh, can you save me, please?" Like, there's no tactics. There's no game plan. There's no anything.
Yeah, like conceding 2 goals to Leipzig, like I know we lost Leipzig last year. We also beat Leipzig 5-0 at Old Trafford.
Exactly,
Leipzig aren't a massive big team that you should be worried about, and this is probably one of the best teams ever. Like on paper, you've got Ramos, you've got Marquinhos, you've got 2 of the best centre back partnerships, probably the best centre back partnership in the world, and Ramos and Marquinhos.
And then obviously you want to play a 3. You got Kimpembe as well.
Yeah, you've got Kimpembe, you've got Hakimi, you've got Nilmenj. You've got the front 3 as well. Like
Donnarumma. And Navas,
Keylor Navas has got to be one of the best goalies in the world.
Both top keepers. Yeah, both top keepers.
Yeah, literally. The best, I'd say they have the best 2 goalkeepers in the world, like in terms of backup and number 1.
In terms of having a 2, 100%. Yeah.
It's crazy their squad, but it's also crazy how much they'll struggle. They'll crash.
They will.
Quarters or semi-finals.
Everybody was like, oh yeah, they're going to easily win it. No. Don't see it. Don't even see them getting to the semi-finals. Don't see it. I think there'll be 3 English teams in the semi-finals again.
Yeah.
I think the English teams are the strongest teams in the competition again.
I think if Man United are going to win, I think it's going to be the Champions League this year.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I think Man United, that squad is a champion. That it's knockout football. That team, Moments FC is knockout football. No consistency.
But the issue is getting through the group. That's the issue.
We'll top the group.
I don't know.
Trust me, we'll top the group.
I don't know. What do you reckon? You beat Atalanta tonight, then? Yeah.
Yeah, 2-0 against Atlanta tonight. We'll top the group. Don't worry.
Oh, well, I must admit, I do expect you to win, obviously, but
yeah. Even if we come second in the group, it's no big.
As long as you go through,
we will still go through that young boys thing was a blip,
You'd like to think so.
Well, we hope so.
You'd like to think so.
Yeah. But then anyway, so yeah, on the topic of Champions League, we've filtered into this perfectly. Who is going to win the Champions League? Who is your Champions League predictions? Who's going to win it? I want a runner up as well. Who's your final?
Well, I think there's going to be 3 English teams in the semi-finals. I think England. I think it'll be a. I do kind of see an all English final again.
City,
I
Chelsea,
think. I think.
maybe.
I'm not. I think this. I think your three semi-final teams, depending on obviously how the draw goes, because obviously you could just. This could absolutely get ruined by the draw. Like you just don't know.
Oh yeah. It's difficult to pick two
Yeah,
finals.
this could get absolutely ruined by the draw. But I would say the four best teams in the competition are Bayern, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea.
Yeah, I'd
And
agree.
I would then put that to be maybe a I don't know, maybe a Chelsea Liverpool final. I think they're better than City at knockout football.
Yeah.
But obviously, like you say, it depends on the draw. I'm gonna back it again. I think it's stupidly difficult to win the Champions League back to back. But why not? I'd back a Chelsea Liverpool final with a Chelsea win. I think.
Ooh, you want Chelsea to win the league and to win the Champions League?
Why not?
That's
Why not?
incredible. Where's
Why
Champions
not?
League final?
I don't think we will. I don't think we'll win both. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like I think if we do like fully commit to winning the Prem, I think we will.
You think it's one or the other? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a both thing. I think it's a one or the other. Like if the Prem looks like it's going towards City, I think the full commit goes to the Champions League. If we're looking like we're going to win the Prem, I think we full commit to the Prem, and then the Champions League may fall away. But I do think it'll be an English team, and I think it would be. I think it will be between Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, and Bayern. Bayern will be in and around there as well, definitely.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I think it'll be three English teams in the semi-finals, and I think if Bayern don't win, I think Liverpool.
Yeah, I can definitely see Liverpool winning it. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm backing United in terms of conference. I think we will go far in the Champions League. I think we could win it. I mean, anyone could win it, but I think if you're talking like 8 teams could win it, I think Man United are still in there. Of course. Bayern and Liverpool, I think, are the two.
Yeah, I could definitely see a Bayern Liverpool final. Definitely.
And I would definitely back all 4 English teams to be in the quarters or at least the semis.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
All 4 English teams. But yeah, and your Premier League was, you think Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and then United, and then
United, yeah.
Yeah, so
I just don't think United have enough to.
I don't either.
Put a proper title charge together.
Yeah, I think it's nearly.
I think you do have the squad for it. But Ollie is not the man. Ollie is not the man.
I've turned the cheek on him a little bit now, and I want him out. Yeah, enough kind of from the solely based football one. I want to talk to you about Clash of Creators.
Oh, what a day!
Clash of Creators, July 2021. I thought that was insane. That was so cool.
That was mad.
So how did the whole thing happen? Did they reach out to you?
So there was talk of the event happening probably like 2 years before it did. And there was, at the time when I first came across it was literally just a bunch of like smaller YouTubers, people like Liam Bedford before he blew up, before obviously the KSI thing, he was part of it. Obviously Callum, who runs the event. There was a lot of like, it was just like basically a kickabout between some mates, effectively is what it was. And I sort of No. I reached out to them at that point, and I was a lot smaller than I am now, and I reached out to them, sort of like interested in just being involved in some way, whether that even just be turning up, sort of thing, and not taking part, but just in some way. And I never got a response. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then like 2 years later, obviously it transpires that it's going to be this massive event. There's loads of like Harry, like obviously all the big names that played, Ollie Ball, obviously, all the big names that eventually transpired involved with the event. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? I want to be a part of this. I don't think I can be, obviously, because I'm nothing, but I want to be a part of this. Even if I'm not part of this, I'm going to buy tickets. I'm going to go. I want to be part of this day. This day looks sick. And then I was just sort of scrolling Twitter one day, and I came across the idea that they'd started a competition for like 4 winners to take part in this game. Obviously, you had to be a content creator of some description, and you had to have like you had to make like a 60-second long video of why you should be of like the. They had a couple of hundred people apply. Of the couple of hundred people that applied, like why it should be you that we pick and why you should play in this event. What do you bring to the event? What does the event mean to you? Why should you be part of this effectively? So obviously I made like a little 60-second video about why I should be part of it. Like, obviously my love for football, like my content, my connection to the charities and so on. And yeah, they loved it. They were all about it. They absolutely loved it. The guy, Callum and Tom, the guys who run it, absolute
Tom
legend.
Sharon, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolute legends, by the way. Like some of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
They were just sick, and they were like on the day as well. They were both sick. Like, considering they were trying to run an event on the day, they were also like really sick. Just helping out people, talking to people, being like making sure that everybody felt as involved as you possibly could be. They ran such a sick event. Obviously they asked me to take part. I was like, yes, can't wait. And the day was just mad. Like, obviously I knew it was gonna be mental. And I mean, my team ended up we came last out of the teams, but it didn't matter. Like, it just meant nothing. Like,
Yeah, it's one of them ones where it doesn't really matter if you want to lose.
I just didn't care.
Yeah,
I was having the best time ever. That I was mixing with people that I just have no right to be mixing with at all.
Yeah, you were like starstruck because,
mate, I was walking around and I was looking at my YouTube subscription box effectively. Like, it was wild. It was wild.
I obviously do. I'm in uni at the minute, so I do a lot of walking. So I listen to. I don't really listen. I like music and I listen to music a lot. When I'm walking, I listen to podcasts.
I do like a podcast, yeah.
Pitchside with Theo Baker and Reeve, and he had BenAFC on, and they were talking about it. And I was just thinking, and obviously I knew you were coming on, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, bro, I'm getting a guy on who's like played football. These guys, bro. Yeah. If I was in one of them events, I think I'd be in like. I'd be shaking.
It was quite mad, and obviously, like, I sort of got luck. I kind of lucked out. Like, Reeve got injured probably about a week before the game
or something. Yeah.
And he got sort of injured like a week before, and I kind of lucked out because I was meant to be on the bench and sort of only have like a couple of minutes. I ended up starting the game and then playing like nearly the whole game. I only came off like the last 10 minutes. I nearly played like the whole game in the end. Which was sick. Like, it was mad. Yeah, I played a bit of centre mid, and I played on the wing in the second half. It was just mad. Yeah. It's very good. Obviously I've got like, I mean, I physically can't show you because it would be far too much effort to take it down or flip the camera around. But I've got like my shirt that I played on the wall there, framed, like signed by like everybody that was there.
That's amazing. That's
literally awesome. Like even the people like that weren't playing. Like, you had like the likes of like Lauren Alexis and Emily Black sat in the crowd and that was mad because obviously like I've seen you before, like, yeah, and that was just like a mad experience. To obviously like meet those people, and obviously like I met Lauren Alexis and she like knew who I was because I'd spoke to her before, and like obviously like
that's class.
Yeah, and I'd made like a video on like her like OnlyFans and whatever, and it's got like
96K.
It's got 96K now, like, which obviously is mad, and it had like 70 at the time, and she like knew who I was. I'd spoke to her on Twitter before, and it was just cool.
Oh, no way, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was just like a cool thing to do. And I've come out of the event and I've got people like Emily Black, JMX, Bambino Becky. They all like follow me on like Insta and Twitter and that. And I like talk to them on like a normal basis.
Yeah.
And it is just sick to be like, think that is even my life. Like, it's mad. And obviously, of course, like, obviously met Bambino Becky there, got on really well with her. She followed me on Twitter. And then like however many months later, I was at Reading Festival. And I'm just walking through the crowd at KSI. I'd actually left my mates to go to the toilet because I was busting to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
And I just bumped into Bambino Becky at Reading Festival.
That's clever.
And she like fully recognized me, like fully knew who I was. Like, we were just like,
you're still starstruck. Like, how do you know who I am?
Mad. Like, she just fully was like aware of who I was. I was like, that's mental. Like, I can't like, how do I compute this? And yeah, we were just literally spent the whole of like KSI's concert just chilling together. She ended up going on my shoulders and that for KSI. It was mad. It was mad. And I'm like in, like, she had a video of Reading Festival. I'm like in all of it and that. And then she followed me on Instagram. I've spoke to her multiple times on Instagram and that. And it's just sick. Like, it's just that event allowed me to just do so much more. And be involved with so many more people and be so much more confident with the idea of mate. Like, obviously, I went to watch KSI in London last week.
Oh, I saw that story. Yeah,
and I went with a couple of lads that I know, and then obviously I met like Callum Glanville, the guy who runs Clash there, and he was with Snowy Joe. I don't know if you know who he is.
No, not too sure.
He's made quite a lot of very funny videos over his time. He's got a lot of followers and so on. But he was a sound guy as well. And it's just like sick that I'm now meeting these people effectively just out of nothing.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
And then what are we, the 20th today? In 8 days, I'm playing in that Content Creators Cup.
Yeah, I was going to move on to that in a second.
Mate, Cal the Dragon is playing in that. Dragon.
I'm saying this right now. If this ever gets out of Cal the Dragon, if there's one interview I ever want, it's Cal. Well, there's a couple, obviously, but it's Cal the Dragon. Just because,
mate.
Because it'd just be so funny for the memes. Because, I hope he never sees this, right? He never will. He never will.
No.
When me and my mates would have gone out and you're number 6.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be my favorite interview, but it's the person I want because of
it'd
the
be
memes
fun.
you can make
it'd
out
be
of it.
Fun.
You see all them.
I mean, obviously, I'm taking a couple of mates up to the game with me, and obviously they're all buzzing. So it's I was gonna
Dragon, yeah.
just call him out and whatever. But some of the even obviously that event is not. It's not of the size of Clash of Creators was, but even still, it's going to be mad. You've got some really huge
Jack 54 HD's going.
That's what I mean. You've got some really quite big YouTubers and some quite big TikTokers going. I think Luke Bennett's playing. You've got the likes of Troops is playing on the YouTube team. That'll be pretty cool. I'm planning on going in full bantering about being an Arsenal fan because it's funny. And there's some very big names involved in that event, and it will be very, very good. I think what is it today? What is today? Tuesday, Wednesday? Tuesday. Wednesday. Tomorrow. I'm the team YouTube. We're all going out for going out to a football pitch, just all play like a 6-7-a-side game, just to work out who we want to play in that.
You must be going down as well.
Yeah. So we're just going for like a chilled day out, which would be sick.
Who organised that? That's really cool. Who organised that?
I think it was just between a lot of us, we've sort of said obviously a lot of us know who each other are and so on, but it would be quite cool if we sort of learn who's good at what, who's good in the best, who's going to be the best striker, who's going to be the best defender, who's going to be the keeper. So that would just be and obviously it would be useful to learn that before the game, but it'd also be a sick day out to just chill with all these people. Not everyone's going to end up people like Troops obviously aren't going to come out of their way to come for a little 7-a-side kickabout. But
he's too big time, is he?
Of course he is, yeah. But
no, he's not.
Obviously he'll be there at the game and that, and it'll be sick. It'd be very, very cool.
Yeah, no, that is sick. So I want to talk to you. I want to get on to the Content Creators Cup a little bit, but I want to ask you just a final questions about Clash Creators.
Yeah.
What did you think of the overall game? I think you lost on the day. Was it 1-0 to the Reds? I think. Or maybe that was a different game.
I can't remember. I think it was 2 or 3-1, I think.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different game.
Yeah, 2 or 3-1. And then we ended up losing the third place thing on penalties. We lost the
right. Okay, I get you. And then who was your favorite person to meet? Who you met was that's he's really, really good. Oh, I think that might be a difficult question because what you've said so far, you've obviously met a couple of legends. But was there who was the person that you met? You were oh my days, I want to meet him. He's the one.
Harry. That was, and obviously he was on my team and that, which was sick. So I was actually I was full on playing football with it, playing little 1-2s of him in the game. Obviously spent time with him in the change room and that. He made sure he had time to speak to everyone, to get to know everyone. He made it it wasn't as if he was just a big creator that was effectively there. He turned up with full intention of, I want to get to know everyone. I want to chill with everyone, which was sick because he could have just turned up and then gone home. Yeah. Yeah,
he's that type of person. He's not like that kind of, you wouldn't walk into a dressing room right, I'm here, mate. I'm not going to talk to anyone.
I'm bigger than all you lot. See you later.
Yeah.
But he was really sick. There was, I'd 99% of the people that were there were class. They wanted to stay. They wanted to talk to people.
Over the 5%.
No. There was no one bad.
Okay.
There's no one bad, but there was people who made more of an effort to talk to people than others. Some people obviously did turn up, then went home, sort of thing. Whereas some turned up, had a chat with everyone, wanted to chill, stayed for the whole day, enjoyed the experience, sort of thing. I mean, TGF were there. That was mad.
Yeah, I saw
obviously,
that. Yeah.
obviously, like Ramel was playing, and then we'd all been told because Ramel had said we'd all been told that Jay wasn't coming, because he couldn't make it on the day. And then like about 3 or 4 minutes before the kickoff to the first game, there was like loads of screaming outside the event and whatever. Like there was we had to send like security and stuff out, and we were all like really baffled as to what was going on. And suddenly Jay's turned up. With like most of them, they're all just chilling at the side of the pitch. It was just, it was mad.
They seem like really nice people as well, Jay and Ramel.
Yeah, they are really sound people. I'll tell you, somebody who actually gave me a lot of time, which I really respected, was Jack, mate. He gave me a lot of his, he gave me a lot of his time.
Jack Me and Happy Hour is the go-to podcast.
He was more than happy to give me a lot of his time just to talk about just like not even just YouTube, just like life and football, and like he was such a nice person. Like, and obviously his girlfriend was there as well, and she was lovely as well. She wanted to just talk and get to know people, and there was so many sick people that I'm looking up at some of the people that obviously that I've got signed on this shirt. Like Rocket from Soccer AM was there. I think he was actually really. I think he was sort of going expecting a lot of, because obviously the main demographic of people who were watching the game were young. So people who might not know who Rocket is. I think he really appreciated that, like me and a lot of my mates and a couple of other people, especially, really made an effort to like want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because like, obviously he's a legend, isn't he? Like in terms of like people at our age, he's a legend. Like this man was like a hero on Soccer AM. I watched him every single weekend. Now I know a lot of people may not know about him too much nowadays, but I think he really appreciated the fact that some of us went out of our way and were like, nah, I actually really want to talk to you, mate. I'm not just here, like you're not just here as a name. Like I really want to talk to you. You like a hero, like you're sick. I think he really appreciated that. And obviously some of the names I'm looking at up there are just mad. Obviously meeting the likes of like Bambino Becky, Elza Witch, Lauren Alexis, Emily Black. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Like that's not a bad thing to be able to say, oh, look at this photo, by the way. Like that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I know.
But it was sick. It was so sick.
Yeah. And one final question: who was the best at football on the day? Who was the biggest baller?
What was his name? He played for the red team. What was his name?
Was someone from like Sheffield United there or something?
We had a lad who played up top for us, Josh Manifold, who used to be part of, I believe, the Sheffield United Academy. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. He's lovely. He was also sick at football. But there was someone who played for the red team. They had two of them. Two of them were sick. One was really cocky and annoying, and I didn't. He you know when like people turn up and like he turned up and like Harry put tackling on me at one point, and he sort of like pushed him and stuff, and it's like, we're playing a charity game. What are you doing? Like,
who's that? Who did he tackle?
Harry tackled him. I can't remember what his name was.
Oh, he looked like Jack. He looked
like Jack Grealish. I can't remember what his name was. He looked like Jack Grealish. He was very, very good at football, but I think he sort of knew he was good. Like, and sort of, don't get me wrong, he was a nice lad. I still spoke to him. Like, he was really chilled out. Like, he was a nice lad. But I think he's maybe just let the game get to him a bit too much, and the sort of emotions took over him, sort of thing. Overall, obviously, a very nice lad. What was his name? I cannot think of his name. There was a lad who played for the red team, right? London Movements. He's like isn't he? Yeah, he's a freestyle footballer. Oh my God, he was unbelievable.
Yeah,
what a joke. He was like taking the mick out of people left, right, and center. He was ridiculously good. And obviously, Pie Face, absolute what a legend.
And goal,
the save from the free kick onto the crossbar. That was mad.
Because obviously I never got to see the whole game, but I've seen like some of the highlights. On,
that was sick. Like there was a point where he was. He was one of the nice people I met as well. He was lovely.
He nice. Yeah,
he had time for everyone. He was interested. Like they were playing a game. His team were playing a game, and I was sort of stood behind the goal because obviously I was allowed in the VIP bit. But I had my mates there as well who obviously weren't. So I also spent like time just on the sidelines, just like with the people who paid to go and watch the event. And obviously my mates. And Pie Face they were playing at one point. And one of my mates is like a huge Pie Face fan. Like he watches all of his streams, massive fan. And he was like, oh, I really need to get something signed by him. I need to get something like to be like, this is like, I've met Pie Face. And he just literally goes to me, right? He's like, oh, he takes his shoe off, right? He gives it to me, gives me a pen. He's like, right, go and get him to sign it. Mid-game, I've just shouted him what's his name? Is it Jack? Jack's his name.
Yeah.
And I just shouted like Jack, and he turns around. He's like, "Oh, can you quickly sign this?" He's just like gone. Oh, it's a well-known shoe. You sure you want it signing? I was like, "Yeah, it's not for me. Don't worry." Like,
was it? Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of something else. I remember seeing a video of someone like had a Jordan in his hand.
Oh no, it wasn't a Jordan. No, but I did see that. That was
funny.
And
he was like, "Are you sure you want me to sign it?" Was it Haaland? It was Haaland.
Yeah. That I've seen that. That's funny. Yeah. But it was like sort of like that sort of moment. Yeah, there was some mad people there. Everyone had time for like the smaller people like myself, and that was, I think that was the best thing about the event. The idea that everybody had time for the smaller creators as well as the bigger creators. Yeah, it was just well run. It was a sick day. It was a sick event. And
everything I've heard like is that it was really
Tom, Callum, Tamika, what's the other lad on Twitter? I can't remember his name. There's another lad as well, but they all ran such a sick event. It was really good.
Yeah, that's class. Yeah, moving on from Clash of Creators to Content Creators Cup. It's coming up in a couple of days. It's on the 8th. Are you excited for it?
Oh, buzzing, mate. Yeah, buzzing. Can't wait.
I don't want to bring it up because it shouldn't be a touchy subject, but you came second in the captain vote. I did vote for you, voted for Kieran.
Oh, mate, yeah.
But that would have been amazing to see Kieran versus
I would have
2 individuals coming together.
Yeah. I would have loved. Don't get me wrong, it would have been very good. And there was points where obviously I was winning, and there was points where I was also winning very convincingly. And I got literally everyone I know involved, and it looked so good. There was a point where I was like 80 ahead. And I was like, right, I might actually do this. And then literally all Brandon has done effectively is tweeted once, and it went to like 700. I was like, I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
I tried. I can't compete with that. Fair play to the lad. Like, he'll still do a sick job of it. Obviously it would have been cool, but I mean, it's still part of the event. So could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So do you know what position you're obviously in the YouTube team playing in the red?
I am. Yeah. I was surprised by that because I thought they would. But I think they've sort of put me in the YouTube team based on the idea that they had a lot more TikTokers as part of the event compared to YouTubers, and they needed to sort of balance out the numbers. But no, yeah, I understand it. And but what I did find slightly annoying is that the amount of votes I got in second place would have been enough to make me captain of the TikTok team. Yeah, I was clear of Kieran by like quite a lot of votes if I'd been on the other team.
No.
Yeah, which is annoying, but you know, like you say, is what it is. Not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But no, it'll be sick. It'll be a mad event. It'll be very good. I'm very excited for it. There's a lot of really cool people going that I'm obviously very excited to meet. There's also a lot of people going that I already know and already talked to. Like, there's a lad called Nerdfire playing for the YouTube team who I'm really good mates with. I've played football with him for a very long time. Like, I went to school with him. Like, I know him very well. And obviously there's just a lot of really cool people that I'm very interested in meeting on the TikTok team as well. Obviously you've got the likes of Cal the Dragon and Luke Bennett and that'll be sick. But there's also people like that I'm really excited to meet. People like Plute, who obviously makes the FIFA content. I speak to him a lot on quite a consistent basis. I really like him. Jamie Lathwaite as well. I speak to him on quite a consistent basis. And to be fair,
that's cool. Yeah.
To be fair, him and Plute, I actually sort of got involved with the event. Like there was when it was sort of because I think I was one of the first people ever to be announced for the event. They messaged me on Twitter like, "Do you want to be involved?" I was like, "Yeah, this sounds sick. Go for it." And they obviously announced me, and then obviously it's got a lot bigger since then. And I remember when I posted about being part of it, I remember Jamie and Plute both messaged me like, "I really want to be involved with this. How do I get involved?" And obviously got them in contact with the people running the event, and obviously transpires they're now playing and that. And it was really good. I'm very excited for it. There's a lot of really cool people that I want to meet, very cool people that I want to maybe not just even meet, maybe just like arrange to do something further down the line with, because there's a lot of people there that I think that I already get on with well from TikTok, and I feel like meeting them in real life will only sort of solidify that more. So yeah, it'd be very good.
Yeah, that's class. You're obviously playing against Cal the Dragon, so can you promise me that you're going to snap him 10 minutes?
The ankles are going.
I don't know if Cal will be the nicest person. I don't want to say he's not going to be nice to talk to. I just think from based off his TikToks, I don't know if he's going to be the chattiest guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be a little bit socially awkward, maybe.
Yeah.
Which he sometimes does seem when he has like fans turn up to his events and that. He does sometimes seem a little bit.
I think the fan situation got taken way too far. It got taken.
Yeah, it did.
It was bullying at a point where
it was definitely bullying. I was 100%.
What was the team? The yellow and blue team.
Codner. Yeah.
And then Phoenix, when he was at before, was way too far. That was horrible.
Yeah,
I felt
it was
really,
silly.
really bad from.
It was silly because I think he believed it all. I think that was the saddest thing, that obviously he believed it was all real, and it quite obviously wasn't real.
If people coming up and being like, "Oh, can you sign this and sign this?" You would think that these.
Yeah, of course you would. But I think the sad thing was that it quite obviously wasn't real.
Yeah,
that was the sad thing about it.
It's horrible. But I think, bro, what's he doing wrong? When people hate him, like, he makes videos like taking things into his garden. If anything, I find like the Garden FC games quite. I'll watch them. They're not
funny.
The greatest content. But it's funny.
It's funny content.
It's
not what I do, but if he does it and it's funny and it gets views, why would you not do it? Is the way I see it. Fair play to him. He's doing his thing. He's got over 100K. He's living his life. Like, he's probably got a very easy life now, with not easy, but obviously he's making money to support himself and so on. And whether that came at a price, obviously it probably came at a little bit of a price of mental health and so on. But but from what I've seen recently, he's definitely a lot better now than he used to be in terms of like the mental health and lashing out at people when people like go at him on his lives. He's very calm with it now. And I think he's definitely evolved as a person. And I think he's a great guy. I think he's great for the platform in general. I think he does a lot of really good things. People might not like it, but that's tough. Get on with your day and move on, sort of thing.
I saw a video of, did you see when him, Simple Simon, and then Dave and Aaron Hunt all went live together?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And Aaron Hunt said, like, Cal was going on about like scoring goals, whatever, and Aaron Hunt went, "Oh yeah, that's because you play with garden gnomes."
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I obviously saw the clip, and they all laughed afterwards, and I was like, that's good, because
he can clearly accept that it is.
Yeah, and I thought like that was a really nice collab, because obviously I think Dave and Simple Simon had a bit of beef, so it was
they did, didn't they?
It was so weird.
Which was weird because it was sort of unnecessary. Like it was just silly. But like I sort of like, I think it was just a case of he just was like, yeah, your content's shit, and then it went from there.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, I mean, both of them. I mean, is he leeching off Cal a little bit? Of course he is.
Yeah.
But I suppose he's also, in a way, he's also helping Cal, because he's probably talks to him a lot and keeps
showing him maybe.
Yeah, as much as his fame has obviously come solely from Cal, he had probably also has helped Cal out a lot in the long run.
I'm sure he's a nice person as well.
Yeah. I bet he's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy.
But yeah, no, that match from mine is obviously coming up, so you're gonna have Aaron and Tom and all in Calvin, right?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
You're not involved in that one?
No, I messaged them, but they never got back to me. I sort of messaged them, was like, I'd obviously love to be part of this, and they never got back to me. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, here's what it is.
I was gonna mess them and ask to commentate, but I have uni and stuff, and it's just bro, I don't really know England too well yet, like, so getting a train and stuff. I think it's in Wales, isn't it?
I think it's quite far out. It's a bit of a trek for the game. I've got to saying that this Content Creators Cup is a trek. It's
I heard. Is it not like in the bang middle of nowhere though? Is it
it is, mate. It's like the far side of London, like as if you were like southeast of London. Like it is far.
Yeah.
Especially with people like Kieran and that, who live obviously in like Liverpool up north.
Yeah, and that's Mills and like Owen Mills and
trek.
Stuff. That is,
that's a trek.
Yeah. But no, there's a TikTok boxing fight, like an Irish TikTok boxing fight. I don't know if you've seen this.
Is that actually a thing?
This is actually a thing, right? And I think apparently Cian Costello was fighting on it. Apparently Paddy Murphy's fighting on it. And bro, I don't know how no one knows about this, because Paddy Cian like duetted or stitched one of the videos and said. But I don't know, nothing's come about it. Like, no one's been talking about it. But I messaged them and I said, like, bro, get me on the commentary. Like, get me on the commentary. 100%. And they said they probably would. So that would be sick.
Oh, I want that. That's great. I want to see that.
Yeah, I was thinking that's the quality is going to be
that would be brilliant.
Dog. It's going to be awful, but I mean,
but it'd be a brilliant watch.
Yeah, it would be amazing. But no, because I was just kind of thinking like that's sports journalism wise, that's exactly what I want to go into. So I think if to comment it would be amazing. I wouldn't want to fight anyone, but I think
but I suppose it'd be a good sort of starting point, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But no, I think if they've really got to get someone else, like maybe Dylan Footy's got to get in there or something like that.
Yeah. Bring like
no one will want to fight Dylan. No.
I think he'd knock a lot of people out. I think he'd knock a lot of people out. So I don't know if you'd want to fight him.
I think that's why no one goes after Dylan's because he's too big. But
yeah.
Now Dylan's a sign that
I like him. He's
Dylan's
nice lad as well.
He knows his stuff too. But yeah, moving aside from all that to your YouTube channel, what's the plans and the goals with it? Is it maybe to pursue YouTube full time now, or what's the plans overall in TikTok? What's your kind of career goals with the YouTube channel?
Well, obviously the aim is to do it and it to, let's say, succeed. Obviously people have very different definitions of success. It's not necessarily, I'm not overly fussed whether it makes money or not. Obviously if it does and I can live my life not needing to work, that'd be sick. Like that would be class. But if it succeeds and it carries on the way it is and I can enjoy it and I can carry on doing what I'm doing, and it doesn't become like a hindrance in life, let's say that, like it doesn't stop me from like going to work, it doesn't stop me from living a normal life. I think the idea obviously is to go forward, do it, keep it up, carry it on. Hopefully it grows, hopefully it continues. If it doesn't, it doesn't, that's just life, isn't it? But obviously I think ideally I'd love it to be, I hate when people, because it's not a job at all, but I would ideally love it to be my job. But it's not a job, is it? It's not. But I would love it if that was the way my life went. That'd be sick.
That would be amazing. Yeah. I'm gonna go on to more TikTok side. Your favorite and your least favorite TikToker. We're getting towards the end of the interview now. So are the kind of podcasting, because this is eventually what I'd love to turn into as a podcast.
Oh yeah, podcast of class. To be fair, I kind of want to start with myself. I do always think about that. Least favorite.
This doesn't have to be football TikTok, by the way. This can just be his TikTok you just see, and you're like, yeah, he's turned.
No, I can definitely give you some football TikTok ones.
Yeah, go on. Little veins, go on. Give me the clip for TikTok when I'm putting
least favorite. It's not even close. It's Will. He's just a knobhead, and he's unfollowed me, and he's gone out of his way to unfollow me because I've disagreed with some of his content. And do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? If that is how much he cares, then I don't. I worry for him. Bless him. Yeah. If he cares that much about some 22-year-old lad's opinion, then I don't think he should really be on this app, should he?
Yeah, and your favorite TikToker, and you don't have to say MCK Sports.
I'll tell you who's my favorite, right? And he does have me blocked. Man, my favorite person on this app is Ben. I love him. I love him. Do you know what? I've made plenty of videos about him, and they always do well. Yeah. He never ever fails to make me laugh with his content, whether he believes in his content or whether he is just doing it for clicks. Obviously,
clicks.
That's obviously I think some of it he does believe, but a lot of it is clicks now. But it's funny. It does well. Obviously, it works for him. It makes the rest of our lives easier because then we've got easy content to react to because it is always absolutely dreadful. Yeah. So he always provides easy content to everyone else, and the guy is just funny. I tell you what, I don't know if many people know. I did actually go to school with him. I thought I recognised him from somewhere, and then me and my mates clocked.
Oh, so he wasn't in your year, no?
No, yeah. I'm pretty confident he was in a lot of my classes.
Wait. What do you mean you're confident? How do you not know?
I'm very confident he was. Like, when you sort of recognize someone, but you're not sure why. And then me and my mates all sort of looked into it. We were like, nah, he definitely went to school with us. Yeah. He lives quite, I'm pretty confident. He lives same sort of kid as he is now, just like a bit, let's say, different.
Was he saying that Maz? Was he going on about Liverpool?
Let's just say
brackets. Oh, miss! I'm telling you, Liverpool.
Let's just say he was a bit different at school. Let's say that.
Was he? Oh, so he's
not as in like different to what he is now. But he was the kid that was a bit different to everyone else.
He was the special one.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident he lives very near me. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident he lives like in the same area as I do. But yeah, no, we
clocked.
clocked. We all went to school with him. Yeah, 100%.
So, what was he like in school in terms of grades? Would you know? Was he smart? Because you always know if people in your class are smart or not.
I don't think he was a clever kid. No, I don't think he was a clever. I think you can tell that. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think he was a very clever kid.
He's a couple Sundays of a picnic, like
Yeah. He was one of them. Let's say that.
No, but I can't believe that. That's incredible. That's gonna be my title.
Yeah, no, we're like 100% confident we went to school with him. 100% because I've also then, since making videos about him, I've also had other people that I know like, oh shit, I remember him. Like, yeah, I swear he like lives around us, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, he lives near us.
Crazy. That's absolutely mental. That is so.
It's mad. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that I've never really seen him out and about, but then I don't think he does go out and about a lot.
But then, does it not make, the Crystal Palace video where he had an exorcism? Does that not make it so much worse because you went to school with him?
Yeah.
Because that was the thing. Him. When you did YouTube in school, it was so weird. Like,
you didn't tell anyone. You never told anyone.
You kept that on the hush. That's why I kind of waited to leave school to do TikTok, and then
I mean, I must admit, even with this, like TikTok and that, I was a bit like, I really want, like, way before I started, I was like, I really want to do that. I feel like I could do. I just talk about football. I feel like I could do that, and I really wish I had, but I was like, nah, people will take the piss out of me. I can't be asked. Like, it's not worth the hassle. I remember, but I really do wish I had started before I did, because I feel like I obviously could be a lot bigger than I am now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm it's sick what I'm doing, and I'm sick what everybody that follows me, it's mad. But I feel like I could have been even bigger if I'd started earlier, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I agree as well. I think if I always said that, like, if you'd started at maybe the start of lockdown
at the peak,
you would eat like Big Mac Jack. I think if Big Mac
exactly.
Yeah. I think
he sort of aced the time when to do it, didn't he?
Yeah, but no, like you said, like I did match reports because I've wanted to do journalism like my whole life. I did school rugby team because we didn't have a football team because I went to like. In Northern Ireland, a school called Patora, like, so yeah, kind of.
I see.
And I did the match reports for the rugby team, and people ripped into you for that. Like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't bullying or anything.
But you get ripped for it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it kind of made me think, if you'd done YouTube back then, and a couple of like actual really close mates of mine did YouTube back then, and like you were getting on the bus home, and people were like singing, like he did like a wee intro thing, like a Q&A video. And people were singing that in the bus. It was. And this is the same for absolutely everyone. It's harsh. It's a harsh reality when you start YouTube and stuff. We just didn't let past that now.
But once you get past that bit, it's quite often the people who were taking the piss out of you that are like your biggest supporters now. Like,
yeah. I've noticed that, like, a couple of people from school. Like, I remember like seeing one of them, like, they followed me one time, and I was like, oh, I was like, I wonder if this game being like put into a group chat that I don't know.
It's like how it's all turned around. Like, you're a fan.
Messaged me, like, he was like, oh bro, I see the videos and stuff and all like that, and he was like basically likes every single video. So like, I thought that was really, really good.
It is weird how that works. It is very weird.
People just grow up and just realize it.
Yeah, people get on with life and realize that's what you want to do. Why not just be like, actually, it is quite good.
Yeah, but I've got two more questions.
Got you.
This is very different to what we've been talking about so far. Who are three? I was gonna say footballers, but I think it's easier if you say athletes. 3 athletes you want at a dinner party. You can put them footballers, or you could even put celebrities in. 3 people you'd want at a dinner party. Who are they? Dead, alive, retired.
Oh no, you can be anyone. Yeah. Well, I'd have Ronaldinho there.
Yeah, good one.
I'd love to pick Mourinho's brain on football.
Yeah, I think Mourinho would be classic.
I'd love to pick Mourinho's brain on football, so probably him.
Building quite a 5-a-side team here.
I tell you what, you're not far off. I don't know. There's a lot of players that I'd love to just sit down and have a talk with. See, there's no point me saying some of like the true icons of football, because I wasn't obviously old enough to ever really actually watch them or appreciate their ability. I mean, I'd love to. I feel I'd love it to be someone like. Do you know what? Right, no, okay, it's actually easy now. I've thought about it. Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
It's easy now. I think about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ronaldinho, Mourinho, and Frank Lampard.
I think Lampard will have a lot to talk about because he's obviously done managerial stuff as well.
Yeah, I think he'd have a lot of chat about
Yeah.
all kinds of football. Obviously, his playing days, his manager days.
Yeah.
I think you'd have a big insight from him.
His wife like lives really well, not obviously because I'm in Manchester now for uni, but his wife lives like really close to where I'm from.
That's mad.
Yeah, like five.
That's
like,
mad, isn't it?
Like 5 minutes down the road, no joke. That's where her.
That's
where his
mental.
wife grew up, But yeah, one final question, and it's kind of goes back to a little bit what we're talking about. You're given 100 grand. You have to fight a TikToker. Who are you fighting?
Oh,
Who are you getting into a ring with in a boxing ring?
It's got to be Ben. It has to be Ben. It has to be Ben. It just has to be. Because I feel like there's no one else I'd love to just right hook more. Like
over William.
Oh, he's not worth the time. He's not worth the time.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to crack his veneers. wouldn't want to waste all his money that he spent on his veneers. But Ben would just be funny. I think that'd just be comical. Yeah, I think that'd be really funny.
No,
I don't think you'd even need to pay me. It'd just be funny. I'd just like to do
it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think Ben's a good shot. I don't know who I think. There's a couple.
It would just be funny. There's loads of people that it'd be funny, but that would be
people would get behind that fight as well. I think
of course they would. Mate, that'd have backing. That'd have a lot of backing.
Ben was meant to get in a boxing fight though. Do you remember he put out in his
Joe Hall?
Yeah, he was meant to fight Joe Hall. And then
he pussied out of it.
Yeah, because like religion or something like that.
But then he's got tattoos, so his religion.
God, yeah, exactly. It's like God doesn't want me to fight or whatever. God doesn't like.
No, it's just a load of rubbish. He just pussied out. Yeah, he pussied out.
Oh, it's so bad. Like it's I don't know. It's crazy.
He bottled that massively.
Yeah, he was never part of that ever.
It was never happening. It was never ever happening.
I also thought the whole TikTok boxing thing was a bit embarrassing though.
Yeah.
You had Joe Hall and nothing to Joe Hall. I think he makes great content. I like Joe Hall, but you had Joe Hall being like, "I'm gonna knock you out." I was like, "Bro, you make football TikTok videos."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like. Not once again, no hate to him, but
if it had transpired, if it had transpired into an actual thing, and I'd been asked, I'd have been like, "If you pay me, yeah." Mm-hmm. Like if I was gonna be paid, yeah. Like I would have no talent, no skill. I'd probably get knocked out. But if I was being paid, I'm being paid. But if it had just come down to like we're just doing it like for the sake of doing it, and it wasn't actually like a paid big event, there's no chance you'd have seen me involved in that. No chance.
Yeah, you were just doing it like you going through all that training, paying all them.
Yeah, to not even get paid.
Yeah,
thank you.
You're actually making some sort of profit. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to be given some money for that. I have no chance. I'm training to a boxing fight and not even being paid. No chance.
No, I agree. But yeah, no, I think that's all the questions I have. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it.
Hang on, I've lost audio. Oh, hang on, I lost audio there.
Oh.
Hello? Oh, no, you're still there. You cut out for like 2 seconds. It's good.
Oh, my, it says my internet connection is unstable. Oh, no. Can you hear me though? Yeah?
Yeah, no, I got you now. You cut out for like probably like 2 seconds.
Oh, okay, perfect. Right. Everything should be still good. No, but thank you very much for coming on.
No, been a pleasure, mate. Been a pleasure.
I've really, really enjoyed it. And this is something I would like to I kind of want to, I don't want to put it on Spotify because then if you put it on Spotify, I think you have to pay for it. And then I don't know if anyone would watch it.
Yeah, if you have to pay, it's not really worth it, is it?
It's like £2 a month.
It's not really worth it, is it?
Yeah. If it's not gonna get the streams, whatever it will.
I don't know. I suppose £2 a month's not horrendous if you I suppose if you publish it and push it. Yeah, like £2 a month. £2 a month's not horrendous. Yeah, that's not awful.
Yeah,
I don't know. I suppose that's something. I mean, even if you got like 100 views on it for like 50p a week, effectively, that's not horrendous, really.
No. It kind of be worth it, and I think as well, it'd be like nice to look that you've had a podcast put out on Spotify.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But I mean, I'm on not a roll of putting them out, but I've done a lot of interviews. I think I've done maybe 10 now. I've done quite a few big names as well, which I've been really pleased with, and obviously thank you everyone for them. You know, someone with maybe 1,000 followers shouldn't be.
Yeah, but it's cool, isn't it? Yeah.
You know,
it's cool.
Like I still got starstruck. I remember when you followed me. It was that countries video that I did. You followed me from that, and I was like,
oh, that was a good video. Yeah, that was a good video.
Cheers,
that started off a little trend. That was good.
Yeah, and it was when people were shouting me out, like Tom
Yeah,
and
that was
Paddy,
a
who
good
already
video.
followed me, they were shouting me out. I was like, yeah, that's gas, bro, that's gas, that's class.
That
But
worked
then,
out well nice for you.
yeah,
That
no,
nice you
it
massively.
really did. It got like 85k views or something. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
and obviously everybody's like shouting you out who's stitching the video. It worked
Yeah,
out well. That did.
I think I got maybe 1,000 followers alone.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Crazy.
very good.
My very first video here as well in Manchester.
Yeah, you can't complain then, can you? Yeah.
Exactly. No, but it would be something that I would love to continue in the future. But I don't know. You kind of have to tailor make them so they don't get boring. But I don't know. We something I'd love to turn
obviously,
into a podcast. For now, it's just more of an interview. But yeah,
yeah.
thank you very much for coming on. If
My
you're still
absolute
watching
pleasure.
this video, go check out George or SD Peasyy. His TikTok is SD Peasyy, and then it's -YT, isn't it?
I think it is just YT straight after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
straight after. Yeah.
YouTube is SD Peasyy. I will leave both links at the very top of the description. Do you have a Twitter or anything you want to shout out as well, or?
The Twitter's kind of mudded. I won't lie. The Twitter's kind of mudded. It's SD Peasyy YT on Insta as well. Go for that.
Also, I'll drop the YouTube, the TikTok, and the Insta.
Yeah,
so
the
go
Twitter's
give him a
kind of
follow
mudded.
and like he's a gem. He does. And one thing, GH.
Oh yes.
I messaged him about them, bro. You've got me into them now.
Mate, the collection is a madness. I've got one in the post at the minute, to be fair. It's took forever to get shipped, but it is on the way now.
I should have said that in your intro when I was talking about your thing. The best football shirt collection on TikTok is George, without a doubt.
I'll say that.
I'll leave all his links down below. If you're new to the YouTube channel and you don't know my TikTok's MTK Sports, yeah, leave a like, leave a subscribe if you want to. And yeah, thank you very much, George, for coming on. And I'll stop the recording now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you later.